Hey guys, it's me, Holly. Welcome back to Perfume Vegas. I'm doing the Earth, Air, Wind, and Fire tag. Like, I feel like there should be music, but anyway. I wasn't tagged. Who lets that stop them? If you're interested in seeing my picks, just keep watching. Okie dokie. So, when I was doing these picks, I was thinking a lot about the elements, the elemental properties of earth, air, wind, and fire. Earth, air, water, and fire. No wonder I thought it was so wrong. And I was thinking also about the dualistic meanings that these energies have, especially through some of the more practical, personal applications of them. So I kind of took that into consideration when I picked each of these. So I'm going to start with Earth. I'm an Earth sign. I'm a Taurus. Earth can be found in the Zodiac as Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Earth signs and the Earth aspect tend to be very grounded, very family oriented, very home oriented, but also quite invested in luxury or promoting themselves and making money. So the fragrance that I chose, these are all from SCENTBIRD, by the way. I decided to pull my SCENTBIRD fragrances out because I canceled my SCENTBIRD subscription. And so I'm going to get some use out of these. So the fragrance I chose is Kirkè by Tiziana Terenzi. This is a lovely earth fragrance. It's got that patchouli note that's just so deep and rich and earthy. I don't think that anyone would say that that's not a very earthy type of fragrance note, but it also has a lot of very opulent fragrance notes behind and beneath. You've got passion fruit, you have pear, you have cassis, you have lily of the valley. You've also got heliotrope, sandalwood, and vanilla, patchouli, and musk. So it's a very rich, opulent, earthy fragrance, perfect for the earthier aspects that are in each of us, the parts of us that love to be surrounded by things that we love, things and people. That's also a very important part of it. People that we love. The second fragrance for that I chose for fire. The second fragrance I chose for the element of fire. So the fire aspect drives our passions. It drives what we are dedicated to, whether it's love, whether it's our career, whether it's making a change in the world. Fire drives our passion. It's what keeps us going at the end of the day. And so for that, I wanted something that was very that felt very driven, but that was also quite creative, because the fire energy is very creative as well. You see the fire element in the zodiac signs of Aries, of Leo, and of Sagittarius, all who have a deep innate creativity. I chose for fire Aether Muscethanol. This is an entirely molecule composed fragrance. It has Damascenone, Cetalox, and Muscone in it, which makes a very woody, rich scent with fruity notes, floral notes, but also deep, like earthy barrel, oak barrel type of notes. It's this very passionate type of fragrance. And it smells so, so good. That's the brilliance of the creative mind, is that there's no naturally derived ingredients here. It's all synthetic, but it smells beautiful and it doesn't smell synthetic at all. So yeah, for fire, it was Aether Muscethanol. I will put the notes for each of these down below too. See, the next one is the one that I chose for water. Of course, it was going to be Régime de Fleurs Falls. This fragrance is just, it's just watery energy in a bottle. Even the juice is blue. I can't with this. I love it. I love it so much. So water energy is connected to our emotions. It is connected to our feelings, how we feel about things on a day-to-day basis, as well as in an overarching experience. Water can be connected to love, can be connected to sorrow, can be connected to frustration and anger. Just, it's everything we feel. And so when you're thinking of water as an elemental type of fragrance, you can think of a very peaceful, babbling brook, or you can think of the power of like the ocean, a tsunami, that water is the only thing stronger than the great, like, mountains, you know, that these things are made of impenetrable material but can be washed away with the fluidity of water in a second. I think that Oscar Wilde said something like that. I was looking up Oscar Wilde's quotations the other day, so I think that that's where that came from. The element signs, the zodiac signs that are connected to the element of water are Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. All very emotionally fraught signs. That was creepy. It's just fresh. It's so beautiful. It's so clean, but it still has something spicy, something deep. Like, there are hidden depths. There were other watery type of fragrances that I could have chosen. I mean, if I wanted to go outside of just my SCENTBIRD scents, like, obviously Zoologist Squid is a great, just straight up interpretation. Balenciaga Paris La Mer, the edition La Mer, beautiful watery fragrance. There's so many good ones, but this particular fragrance, literally, it smells like a beautiful, fresh waterfall washing over you while you're in the middle of the jungle and you're smelling the earth and the flowers and the greenery as well. It's just beautiful. So, Régime de Fleurs Falls was my choice for the element of water. And then last but not least is air. Air was the hardest for me because the element of air is a very intellectual element. Air is cutting. It is straightforward. It really it can hurt you without you even seeing it coming. But it also has very playful. Birds glide and soar on the currents of air. Without these invisible air currents, we couldn't travel. It's a very moving energy, but at the same time, it's extremely intellectual and it's extremely straightforward. Zodiac signs that are connected to the element of air are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So these are all signs that have very either mercurial Gemini type of personalities with whims that ebb and flow like the gusts of air that come in and out, or they're very straightforward and dedicated, like a wind, like it's just going, it's like blowing, and it's not going to be detained or just put aside by anything in its way. Aquarius, Libra to extent. Libra is kind of in between both. Anyway, for air, I chose Room 1015, the cologne. Is It's actually an eau de parfum, I think. Yeah. It's just, this one I chose is not, it's not what I would call an airy fragrance. It doesn't have like an airy vibe or quality to it, but it has a very distinct personality, and it has a very directness that I feel is very comparable to an air energy, something that isn't playing around, something that is getting straight to the point. And even if the point is not as effervescent as perhaps some air scent might be, there's still the element of air being very focused and not going to be moved by anything in its way. And with Room 1015's 1015, I think that you really get that it's a very direct type of fragrance. So, you guys, those are my choices for the Earth, Air, Water, Fire tag, not the Earth, Air, Wind, Fire. Oh, God. Let me know what you thought of my choices. Did you find any of them that you agree with? Were there ones that you think that you don't agree with? Tell me why, if that's the case. Or let me know what you what your choices were for any of these things. What immediately comes to mind when you think of a water fragrance or a fire fragrance? I'd love to hear. Also, make sure that you give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this and you want to see me do more of these random tag type videos. Give me a subscribe if you haven't already. If you're just traveling through, why not? I don't upload that much, so it's not like I'm going to be overwhelming your feed, but I do, like to put out interesting, and I try to be unique content. So if you like to have videos like that, why not subscribe? Bell notification, turn it on. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now that we're all on the same page here about the subscription process, I'll let you go, and I will see you on the next one.